Chargers dominate Lions 34-7 in Hall of Fame game. Trey Lance shines. Imagine this. Trey Lance, in his third team and fifth NFL season, played like a rookie sensation, throwing for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Los Angeles Chargers dominated the Detroit Lions 34-7 in the Hall of Fame game on July 31, 2025. But here's where it gets interesting. This was Lance's first game with the Chargers, and he stepped up like a seasoned pro. As Chargers coach Jim Harbaugh put it, "Big night for Trey. Just played calm, cool, collected, ran the operation, threw the ball really well." The game began with a moment of silence for the 4 individuals tragically killed in an office shooting at the NFL headquarters in New York earlier that week. The gunman also injured a league employee, and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell visited the victim, reporting that he was improving. Increased security measures were in place at Tom Benson Stadium and the Pro Football Hall of Fame Village. Despite the Lions' star-studded lineup including Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, and Penei Sewell, none of them saw action against the Chargers. Coach Dan Campbell explained, "It's the first one out of the gate. We turned it over 5 times and had 0 takeaways. That's hard. Can't put the defense in that kind of a position. It's hard to get a rhythm when you turn the ball over." Many of the Chargers starters, including Justin Herbert, were rested by Coach Harbaugh, who led the team to a 6-win turnaround and a playoff berth in his first season. Rookie running back Omarion Hampton, a first-round pick, managed just 2 carries for 9 yards. The Chargers took an early lead by recovering a fumble on the opening kickoff and converting it into a 7-0 score. Trey Lance then made a perfect 4th and 2 pass to Will Dissly, who caught a 5-yard touchdown over a defender's outstretched hand. Lance expressed mixed feelings about his performance, saying, "I feel good, some bad, left some plays out there." The Lions managed to cut their deficit in half with Craig Reynolds' 3-yard touchdown run. However, Lance responded with a 19-yard pass to Tucker Fisk and a 15-yard pass to Keandre Lambert-Smith, extending the Chargers' lead to 21-7 at halftime. Lance's journey to the Chargers has been a roller coaster. He started just 5 games in 4 NFL seasons after playing in only 19 games at North Dakota State. He spent 2 seasons with the 49ers, who traded 3 first-round picks and a third-rounder to move up and select him, only to later choose Brock Purdy with the last pick of that draft. After 2 years with Dallas, Lance joined the Chargers to compete for the backup quarterback role, eventually giving way to rookie DJ Uiagalelei. "I'm excited to play," Lance said. "Every place is different. Every coaching staff is different. Every team is different. It's been fun to be here. I've really enjoyed being here. Just the joy the guys around the building have. It's a joyful place to be." The Lions' backup quarterback battle between Kyle Allen and Hendon Hooker continued, with Allen throwing 2 interceptions. Hooker, a third-round pick in 2023, also threw an interception against the Chargers. Coach Campbell acknowledged the challenge, saying, "You get caught in needing to see some of these guys getting put out there and want them loose and also want to win and play well. We didn't do it." Detroit's special teams issues continued in the third quarter when Jacoby Keeney-James dropped a punt inside the 10 and the Chargers recovered at the 5. However, they settled for Cameron Dicker's 23-yard field goal. The Chargers sealed the game with Kamani Vidal's 2-yard touchdown run late in the fourth quarter. Lions star edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson, who had 7.5 sacks in 5 games last season before a leg injury, expressed his eagerness for Week 1 against the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. Before the game, he spent time signing autographs for Lions fans. Cameron Dicker, known for his accuracy, hit the left upright on a 50-yard field goal attempt, but made his next 2. Cornerback Eric Allen, defensive end Jared Allen, tight end Antonio Gates, and wide receiver Sterling Sharp will be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Saturday. Up next, the Chargers will host the New Orleans Saints on August 10th, while the Lions will visit the Atlanta Falcons on August 8th. What do you think about Trey Lance's performance? Should he have more playing time? Share your thoughts in the comments. Chargers-Lions 2025 Hall of Fame game. What we learned from Los Angeles' 34-7 win. The 2025 Hall of Fame game showcased a striking performance by the Los Angeles Chargers, who triumphed over the Detroit Lions with a score of 34-7. This game, held in Canton, Ohio, provided several insights into the team's dynamics and player performances. 1. Trey Lance shines brightly. Trey Lance's journey in the NFL has been filled with ups and downs, but during this game, he had a golden opportunity to demonstrate his skills. Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh entrusted him with 3 quarters to make his case for a spot on the roster. Lance rose to the occasion, completing 13 out of 20 passes for a total of 120 yards and throwing 2 impressive touchdowns. One of these was a beautifully executed rollout pass to tight end Will Dissly on a crucial 4th and goal situation, while the other was a sharp 15-yard slant to Keandre Lambert-Smith. Lance's ability to read defenses and find open receivers was commendable, and he handled the pressure from the Lions' defense with poise. Although the Chargers faced challenges in converting red zone opportunities, Lance's overall performance was a pleasant surprise, earning him respect and strengthening his case to be the backup for star quarterback Justin Herbert. 2. Concerns for the Lions' backup quarterbacks. On the other hand, the Lions' situation at the backup quarterback position appears troubling. Kyle Allen was the first to take the field but had a mixed performance, completing 9 of 14 passes for 91 yards. Unfortunately, he also threw 2 disastrous interceptions that overshadowed any positive plays he made. To make matters worse, Hendon Hooker, who followed Allen, struggled significantly with his accuracy, nearly throwing an interception on one pass and ultimately tossing a pick late in the game. Hooker's inability to establish a rhythm, especially while working with players who are on the roster bubble, raises questions about the Lions' depth at this critical position. It will be interesting to see if head coach Dan Campbell decides to change the rotation in the upcoming week, as a reliable backup is essential for the Lions in what promises to be a pivotal season. 3. Nico Reed validates training camp hype. Nico Reed has been generating buzz during Chargers training camp, and he further solidified his case for a roster spot with a standout play in this game. As the Lions were driving down the field, Kyle Allen attempted a pass to receiver Tom Kennedy, but Reed was quick to read the play. He intercepted the pass, showcasing his instincts and agility, and nearly returned it for a touchdown. With several untested players competing for cornerback positions, Reed's performance could be a significant factor in securing his place on the final 53-man roster. 4. Veteran defensive backs rise to the occasion. The Lions have recently faced challenges in their defensive backfield, particularly after injuries to key players like Terrion Arnold and Kirby Joseph. This situation has made it crucial for those lower on the depth chart to step up. Rock Ya-Sin did just that, demonstrating his prowess as a run defender by stopping rookie Omarion Hampton on a promising run and later thwarting Kimani Vidal at the goal line. On the Chargers side, veteran Tony Jefferson, who returned to the NFL after a brief retirement, made a significant impact by intercepting a pass intended for rookie Isaac Tesla. This game highlighted the importance of depth in the NFL, especially for teams aspiring to win the coveted Lombardi Trophy. Both teams were reminded of the value of experienced defenders as they prepare for the season ahead. NFL preseason highlights. Chargers vs. Lions. Trey Lance shines in Hall of Fame game. Big expectations, past disappointments, and stirring comebacks. Preseason football doesn't get much more dramatic than this. On a crisp Thursday evening in Canton, Ohio, Trey Lance finally looked every bit like the top 3 draft pick he was expected to be. But here's where it gets controversial. Is it too early to declare Lance a success story with his new team, or is this just preseason smoke and mirrors? Let's break it down. Trey Lance, now sporting a Los Angeles Chargers uniform and on his 3rd NFL team in just 5 years, threw for 120 yards and found the end zone twice. The Chargers cruised to a dominant 34-7 win over the Detroit Lions in the annual Hall of Fame game, the official kickoff to the NFL preseason. But the football wasn't the only thing on everyone's mind. The event began on a somber note. A moment of silence paid respect to 4 victims gunned down earlier this week in a targeted shooting at NFL headquarters in New York. The shooter also left a league employee wounded. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, who took time to visit the recovering employee, shared cautiously hopeful news about his condition. Tightened security at Tom Benson Stadium and the Hall of Fame complex underscored the emotional gravity and real-world anxieties surrounding the game. This showdown was notably missing Detroit's star playmakers, Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, and others watched from the sidelines as Coach Dan Campbell rested almost every big name, including both of last year's top draft choices. After an electrifying season, with a franchise record 15 wins, but a quick playoff exit, Detroit opted to play it safe this time. The Chargers, too, kept their established stars like Justin Herbert on the bench, letting rookie head coach Jim Harbaugh, fresh off a massive team turnaround last year, test newer players. First-round running back Omarion Hampton got a brief taste of the action, tallying just 2 carries for 9 yards. From the opening whistle, momentum belonged to Los Angeles. The Chargers pounced on a fumble return at Detroit's 28-yard line, capitalizing on the short field to strike first. Lance impressed with a deft 4th-down lob in the red zone, threading a touchdown pass to Will Dissly over tight coverage. The night took another dramatic turn when Nico Reed, an unsigned rookie cornerback, intercepted Detroit backup Kyle Allen and streaked 60 yards to set up another Chargers score. Kimani Vidal punched in a short touchdown to give LA a comfortable early lead. Allen's next drive ended similarly, his pass picked off by Tony Jefferson deep in Chargers territory. More ammunition for fans doubting Allen's reliability as Goff's potential backup. Craig Reynolds finally put Detroit on the board, narrowing the gap with a gritty 3-yard rush, but Los Angeles and Lance weren't finished. The quarterback engineered a sharp 19-yard connection to Tucker Fisk, then followed up with a 15-yard score to Keandre Lambert-Smith, sending his team into halftime ahead 21-7. Now here's the part most fans overlook. Despite his high draft stock, Lance's pro career has been defined by setbacks. With only 5 NFL starts and a mere 19 collegiate games at North Dakota State, he spent 2 years with San Francisco before the 49ers. In a move that divided fans, drafted Brock Purdy, famously last overall, after trading significant draft treasure to secure Lance. 2 uneventful seasons in Dallas followed. Is this preseason resurgence a sign of things to come, or just another twist in Lance's unpredictable journey? For the Lions, the search for a solid backup quarterback has become a subplot. Kyle Allen managed 9 completions of 14 attempts, but threw 2 costly interceptions. Hendon Hooker, a third-rounder from 2023, and still relatively untested, has attempted only 9 passes in 2 NFL years. Which of these 2 quarterbacks truly deserves Detroit's QB2 spot? Fans are fiercely divided. Detroit's special teams woes continued into the second half. Jacoby Keeney-James muffed a punt deep in Lions territory, setting up the Chargers for another score, although this time they settled for a short Cameron Dicker field goal. Dicker, who was remarkably consistent last year, just 3 misses in 42 tries and 9 of 11 from long range, clanked an early 50-yarder off the upright before righting the ship with 2 more makes. Preseason jitters or cause for concern? As the clock wound down, Kimani Vidal found the paint once more, this time on a 2-yard plunge, sealing the Chargers' emphatic victory. Meanwhile, Detroit's defensive superstar Aiden Hutchinson made his voice heard from the broadcast booth, excited for his Week 1 return against the Packers. Despite missing much of last season after a spectacular 7.5 sacks in 5 games due to a leg injury, he was back on the field pregame, drawing big cheers as he autographed gear for fans who made the pilgrimage. And here's a point that will have Hall of Fame enthusiasts talking. 4 NFL greats, Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp, are gearing up for their long-awaited induction. An event sure to draw heated debates about who earned their gold jackets and who's been snubbed. Looking ahead, the Chargers will host the New Orleans Saints on August 10th. Detroit, seeking redemption, visits the Atlanta Falcons on August 8th. But what do you think? Will Trey Lance finally break out, or will history repeat itself? Do the Lions have real depth at quarterback, or will cautious roster decisions haunt them? Are gold jacket selections fair this year, or did deserving legends miss out again? Share your take in the comments. Agreement, disagreement, and debate welcome.